Back with the coach, Rob Frozena is a fan favorite at the Bradley Center. But beyond that, as a walk-on, he does just as much hard work as everybody else, right?
I holler at him just like I holler at Jimmy or DJO. I really admire who Rob is. He'll end up being a CEO of a company prior to 30. By then, I'll be fired at Marquette, and I'll be at an entry-level position in Rob's company. I love what he's about. You know, I think it takes a special soul to be able to understand the residual benefits he's getting from being a part of our program, but the things that he has to endure in order to be a part of it. I've seen him grow. He's a lot better player than he was when he first got here, but more importantly, he's the best teammate in our program and has been that for 3 consecutive years. We're really going to miss him when he leaves.
Even if you're in an entry-level position, I'll be calling you for a loan at that point.
That'd be good.
Rob Frozena in the U.S. Bank Up Close with Homer segment.
Today's guest, walk-on legend, Rob Frozena.
How you doing?
I'm always doing fine. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Do you hear it like I hear it? I do not have to describe that you have the ball. People know you have the ball by the sound of the fans.
Yeah, I hear it, but I mean, I'm not going to act on it, that's for sure. It's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not going to shoot a 30-foot pass. But I think this year more than ever, when Buzz tells me to go in and I hear the people yelling, I always, even when I'm taking off my shirt, I always smile underneath because it's like, wow, this is unbelievable.
Everybody wants you to shoot every time you touch the ball. Of course, being the consummate team player, you don't. But I think there were a couple times you got a little curious or a little more aggressive with the shot.
I got a little more aggressive this year, that's right. I always tell the guys on the team, though, I'm looking for my assists. I want my assist numbers to improve this year.
And now, you could be the historian. You're the vet. You've seen it all from the Tom Crean era to Buzz Williams.
Yep, I'm the only one left from that era. But, I mean, it's been a great ride, you know. Still got a couple months left, but, I mean, I can't believe I'm already a senior. It's crazy where the time goes.
At the end, we can go back to the very beginning. You came to Marquette, no intention of playing basketball at all, right?
Yep.
And then what happened?
Initially, they didn't take anyone on, which I didn't have a problem with. I wasn't expecting to make the team. I was just appreciative that I got a tryout, and then they had a couple injuries that later in that year with Scott Christopherson and Trevor Mbakwe and stuff, and they called me up and said, hey, get down here right away. You're getting a physical. The next thing I know, it was a whirlwind. I'm on the team, suiting up for UWM, traveling to Wisconsin, and the rest is history after that.
After you had the tryout, did you think you played well, or was it just, well, I have the opportunity, or do it, or did you tell a friend, you know, I think I got a shot?
I thought I played well. I think a lot of it, and that goes back to my high school days, I felt that I out-toughed everyone who played, and I don't mean that in an arrogant way at all. But, like, you know, there were guys giving up when we had to run sprints because it was one of those things where the coaches were like, he didn't touch the line, get on the line and do it again. And we all knew, are you serious? He touched the line. But I'm like, whatever, I want to do this, I want this bad enough, I'll get on the line and do it again. And I think that's, I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions about a walk-on, but a walk-on doesn't necessarily have the best skills in the world. I mean, it's someone who works hard and wants to be here.
But people should know you can play.
Oh, I can play. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I can play. Don't get that wrong.
Now they've got to find someone to follow Rob Frozena. They're asking me, do you know anybody?
It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard.
Is it what you thought? Has it been better? I don't mean to mean it's over.
It's had its ups and downs, and I don't mean that. I mean, everything always has its ups and downs. You go through times when the team's not playing well, and it's just terrible. And you're like, oh my gosh, how are we ever going to get through it? And then the highs are just like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. I'm so happy that I did this. It's been an experience of a lifetime. And I mean, now that the end is nearing, you know, I look back at the experience and I'm just like, it's been an incredible ride, and I wouldn't trade for a world. All the people I've got to meet, all the friends I've got to meet, you know, the people I've got to play against. You know, I'll be able to tell my kids someday, you know, I played against that guy. You know,
I played with Wesley Matthews.
I played with Wesley Matthews, exactly.
Before we finish, we have to do the one thing you are yet to accomplish. I think you've done it all. What's the one thing you're yet to do as a Marquette basketball player? I don't believe you've made it 3.
I've made it 3.
Did you make it 3?
Yeah, last year against South Dakota.
Oh, how could I
Oh my
forget?
goodness!
How could
Don't you remember
forget?
Kick out for Frozena for the jumper.
Last year we did that shot. It's put it into use and you put it back to me.
We can edit this out. You can use that at the end of the time. So what's left? You've done it all.
Yeah.
The perfect spot on the court. You want to make a steal. What? This is it.
I think it's going to be game on the line.
Game on the line.
5 seconds left. Frozena's bringing the ball up. We're going to ISO. We're going to have 1 high, 4 low, and I'm just going to take the guy one-on-one.
All right, here we go.
So this is what it has to be.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Frozena for the win.
There it is.
Had to be.
Yep.
Had to be.
Thank you.
Give him one last smile. The legend, the walk-on legend, Rob Frozena.
Take care.
Curious about something, Coach. Do the players treat Rob just like everybody else, like
They
all
do.
the other scholarship players?
And you know what happens, Dennis, during the heat of a practice, during the heat of a game, all of our guys know if there's a question about an opponent, all our guys know Rob knows the answer. And that's not something that Rob can just stand there and go, hey, I know the answer, I know the answer. Kids in the heat of the battle aren't going to ask somebody unless they trust that person. And Rob's great on the bench, giving scouting reports during the game, during the timeout. He has a really good pulse for what our guys are as players and what they are as people and how he can help them. And I think that's a unique talent.
When we come back, it takes an awful lot